Hi y'all, this is Losman here, and I'm doing another one of my weekly video roundups of movies that I checked out over the week and other interesting tidbits. One of the movies I did see is a movie called John Dies at the End. Now, this movie was directed by Don Coscarelli. He is the director of Phantasm, and if you watched last week's video, you'll remember that I mentioned that I met Don Coscarelli. He was doing his 40th anniversary of Phantasm and pitching his book. So it was pretty cool seeing another one of his movies. When I did watch the movie, I didn't realize it was his movie until a key moment in the movie when I realized, whoa, so it gave me quite the surprise knowing that there was another movie out there I didn't realize. The movie deals with two friends having to deal with an issue involving a drug called soy sauce, which is causing problems in their neighborhood, and it's interesting movie. It's not what you expect. It's a little different. It's reminded me of Naked Lunch. It's a little out there, but it's fun to watch. I checked it out on Amazon Prime, and it was a pretty decent movie. Definitely check it out if you want to see something a little trippy and weird. It's a horror comedy, but you know what? Sometimes horror comedies are fun checking out, especially ones that kind of surprise you. Another movie I checked out for the first time was Scream Time. Now, Scream Time is a horror anthology that was made in the 1980s. We couldn't quite figure out whether it was 83 or 6. Kind of hard to tell because Movie Database and Letterboxd, both say two different things. Now, the movie itself concerns three different horror anthologies, short stories. Basically, the premise is you had these thieves basically steal some movies at a video store, and they're sitting watching them, and basically these are the three movies that they stole. The stories are kind of okay, a little uneven. I like the middle story. It was pretty good. I mean, I like that one. It was different. And, if you want to check it out, it's not too bad. Add it to your watch list. Yeah, it never hurts, Don't really dissuade movies, unless they're, Twilight Zone. Or no, Twilight-ish. No, love the Twilight Zone. Not so much Twilight. Sparkly vampires. Woo, no. Now, Valentine is the third movie. Last year, if you want to check out my blog, I did a pretty fun little collection of movies to watch for Valentine's Day. And Valentine was not one of them. Valentine is a holiday slasher. It was made in 2001. And it's your typical it's your typical slasher movie, a revenge-based one. Five friends kind of are mean girls in school, and years later, bad things happen to them. Basically they're adults. They're all either college graduates or they're in medical school or whatever, and someone's going after them before Valentine's Day. So it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too great. I mean, just like I said, it's a standard holiday slasher movie. What did make it stand out a bit was the cast. Was pretty, had some famous actresses in it. You had Denise Richards, you had Katherine Heigl, and Marley Shelton. Those are actresses that were pretty big back in the early last decade. A lot of them were on TV shows, and that's what you typically saw in a lot of horror movies. They would cast well-known actresses, to play the potential final girls. So I don't know if you want to check it out. Check it out. See, it's not too bad. Now, other things that I noticed. With Texas Frightmare Weekend coming up, I'm going to be really excited about that. I have need to figure out what autographs I'm going to get. I'm going to try to get as many as I can, but like with many horror movie conventions, autographs can get pricey as well as photos. So I think given the ability to see some of these people again, I may just say hi to some and then definitely get autographs and photos of others. Elvira's definitely one I'm going to seek out because I love Elvira. She's awesome. And Tim Curry just celebrated a birthday, and given Tim Curry's health situation, it's must. I have to get an autograph and get a picture with him. So we'll definitely do that. And then you have some other standbys. Tom Savini is going to be there, so that's going to be awesome. Tom Savini is like a hero to so many of us. I mean, the man is awesome. And then, of course, the main reason I'm going there is Barbara Crampton. Basically my favorite scream queen of all time. Not scream queen. And I look forward to seeing her. It's going to be awesome. So it's going to be fun. I'll give you a full detailed report on that when it comes up. And next week I'll give you more details of what I'm going to look forward to. Now, some little finds for the week. Basically, one of the things I want to heavily push is books and items from friends of mine who I think are pretty awesome. And one of them I want to talk about is this movie called Strange Cinema, directed by Michael Vaughn. He is a friend of mine on Twitter. Basically, we've been friends for quite some time now, since I've been on Twitter, basically. And he wrote this book. I went ahead and bought it, checked it out. It is amazing. He's the only person I know who's probably seen more movies than I have. I'm sure there's others out there, but I mean, his book is awesome. It's got over 300 movies in it of cult movies and obscure horror movies. I mean, it's a great book. Every opportunity I get, I basically push this book, and I know he's like so excited because I know I got a picture with Don Coscaleri last week with the book, so he was excited about that. So Mike, don't worry, man. I'm gonna keep getting autographs from, or I'm gonna keep getting celebrities to take pictures with your book and push it, man, because it is a great book. It's it's a definite must-have if you're a horror movie fan or if you love obscure cinema. Now, some movies I'm gonna recommend. I did some searching around, and I found one of my all-time favorite movies is Dr. Strangelove. I got this at Half Price Books. I need to remove the stickers next time. But basically, this is one of my all-time favorite movies. It's a black comedy. Stars Peter Sellers in like 3 roles and deals with a potential nuclear attack. But it's kind of done in a very comical manner. It's one of the best black comedies ever made, and it's such a wonderful movie. If you ever get a chance, check it out. The next movie I found that was pretty interesting was Let Me In. Now, Let Me In is a remake of Let the Right One In, which is a movie about the little boy who befriends the little vampire girl. The remake, which starred Chloe Grace Moretz, strangely enough, is actually a pretty good movie in its own right. I usually don't like remakes of movies, but in this instance, this was actually a movie they did a really good job of. It's almost not a shot-for-shot remake, but it's generally pretty much similar to the original movie, and it's a great story. I mean, it's a vampire story, but it's one that was different. I really enjoyed the concept of the original movie, and the remake here captures the spirit pretty much the same way. It's one of the best movies of the past decade or so, and it's definitely worth checking out. And if you only get to see the remake, it's okay. Definitely check out the original as well. I mean, both movies are amazing and wonderful. The last movie I'm going to talk about is actually, strangely enough, Valentine's Day movie I had last year. It's called Nina Forever. Now, Nina Forever is another black comedy, which is a little different. Basically, it's about this young man who lost his beloved girlfriend, and dealing with the grief, he becomes suicidal and it's not sure things. He basically quits his career path and decides to just work a dead-end job. And there he meets this pretty young lady, much younger than him. I mean, he's probably in his mid-30s, and she's about 19 or 20 years old. And they have a nice little little affair, and they start dating. And then all of a sudden, when they start getting intimate, all of a sudden Nina somehow shows up as a I guess you could say she's kind of a revenant, not a zombie per se. And let's just say she's not happy that he happens to be cheating on her. It's a little different out. It's a strange movie, strange concept. I really enjoyed the movie, and it was very bloody, but not in a gory way. Just a little different, a little dark and kind of different. It's a love story, and deals with the love triangle, of course, between the living and the dead. And it was one of the best movies I saw last year, and it's definitely one I recommend. This particular one that I have is actually 2 movies. There's also another movie in there called Imitation Girl, sci-fi movie, which is also a little different. It's not your typical sci-fi movie. So this particular one that I got from Dread Central is worth checking out because it comes with 2 movies. The other movie is called, like I said, it's called Imitation Girl, and stars a dynamic young actress who, let me see, I gotta look up her name. I can't believe I forget her name because she's so awesome. Lauren Ashley Carter. Sorry about that. I know, basically, I shouldn't be doing that. I should always come in with notes, but that's the whole point of these little videos, that they're impromptu. So definitely, we'll see how this upcoming week goes. Now, if you tend to follow me, you'll notice I am doing my Losman 300, and I think I'm up to about movie 86 or 87 now. I'm kind of falling behind a bit, so I need to start catching up on my movie watching, and because I'm about to hit 100 pretty soon, so that's going to be a nice milestone. And so we got that to look forward to. I also have my Losman look back, which covers movies I've seen before, and I tend to focus on those when it's like the like the anniversary of a movie. And then you also have the my Twitter, Losman94. Go ahead and follow me, and we talk a lot about movies and whatnot. I have a nice little collection of horror fiends that I chat with and interact with. And then I also have my Instagram page. But before I sign off, I just want to let you know that I am putting some effort into getting my full website back up. It seems my webpage is actually getting more popular than I thought. I was back in the day. It was quite popular, and now I'm bringing it back for nostalgic reasons. But I'm getting some great feedback from people. They're really excited about it. They want to see the full page, and they want to see more details other than the cover pages I have. So I'm making some investments here in some new software packages, and I'm going to try to come up with a fully immersive website that does more than just show the front page with my web pages. So I'm going to be working that over the next few weeks, and I'm hoping that by the summertime I'll have a website that is something that is similar to what I had 20 years ago, and go from there. Some of the highlights are going to be the ability to search movies, look at reviews, and I'll even have a probably a store so I can sell merchandise. I know there's one particular vendor that I'd like to get some of her great items out there, and definitely like the book that I showed you earlier. I definitely want to push that book as well. So this week it's going to be Fiesta in San Antonio. I'll be doing a lot of driving on the side and movie watching, so it should be fun. And in the meantime, we'll take a look and see how what other movies come up on my list. It's another week and another fun week of looking for movies I haven't seen. And in the meantime, I'll go ahead and sign off here for one more week and recommend a few other films. So, all right, you have yourselves a good week and enjoy, and catch you later.